Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Yes, a Monday. Mondays suck. Big swinging hairy animal things that I can't talk about, named specifically on the radio, and remain employed. But let's just accept the fact that Mondays are what they are and attempt to get through this particular Monday together. I think a great way of getting through Mondays is to, well, as much as it might feel like your life is a never-ending bag of suck on a Monday, as one's often does when the first day of the week rolls around, a good way to feel better about what's going on in your life is to examine someone's life who is in a worse place than yours. You threw up in my vagina outside of a Denny's, or was it an Arby's? I don't know. But this is an actual post on a Craigslist misconnection board, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So be aware that no matter how bad this Monday sucks for you, you aren't starting the week by posting things to Craigslist looking for a man who you had a hookup with that threw up in your vagina. It could always be worse. And if it's a Monday where you're struggling with people around the office or people in your life that you're just like, oh, God, they suck. There is my nemesis. Everybody has folks like that, right? People that just rub them the wrong way. Instantly, you know you dislike each other, or instantly, you know you dislike them. It's almost worse when they like you and you can't stand them, because then they will always want to hang out. If you're dealing with those people this particular Monday and having a rough way to go because of it, I'll remind you of the words of Abraham Lincoln, who said the best way to destroy an enemy is to make him a friend.
Remembering to be scared of AIDS, man, those were the good old days. Now all these bands, it seems, got dreams of getting paid, but they don't know how to rock a show, just dream of interweb fame. Really? Is that really, really what you want? Is that really, 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 really what you want? There's no better way to be. Rock graffiti on the wall like it's 9 to 3. Come back now, bring it back now. We'll start running from cops and we'll laugh now. And there's no better time to be alive. Tonight we're gonna rock like it's 9 to 5. Come back now, bring it back now. Cry line of back caps in your backpack now. Cry line of back caps in your backpack now. Cry line of back caps in your backpack now. You know you think that by now we would have moved on from Nirvana, but the case is and the fact seems that we don't really want it, cause that vanished from a time when music had soul and it had balls, which is why kids still tag their name on classroom walls. Now it's about what you make and everything you got. Who cares what you are saying as long as you look hot? You got a big ass and flash catch and that's all cool, but there is something that is missing that we had in the old school. Yeah, is this really what you really want? No, this isn't really what you really want. There's no better way to be. Rock graffiti on the wall like it's 9 to 3. Come back now, bring it back now. We'll start running from cops and we'll laugh now. And there's no better time to be alive. Tonight we're gonna rock like it's 9 to 5. Come back now, bring it back now. Cry line of back caps in your backpack now. Cry line of back caps in your backpack now. Cry line of back caps in your backpack now. So come with me, I'm out to bump tonight, bump tonight. So come with me, I'm out to bump tonight, bump tonight. So come with me, I'm out to bump tonight, bump tonight. So fuck the police, I'm out to bump tonight, bump tonight. This is really, really what I want, yeah. Back once again, the ill behavior, deliberately giving your musical savior. Back once again, your boy AD, can't nobody rock a party better than me. Back once again, the ill behavior, deliberately giving your musical savior. Back once again, your boy AD, can't nobody rock a party better than me. Hey, you, what's that sound? Coming so loud from your radio dial, AD, be getting down when you're rocking the jams. Here I am, going back once again, I'm ruling all city like the king I am. A master.
I don't know. Is it snarky of me? Is it snarky of me? Is it short-sighted of me? Is it uncharitable of me to see people online, mostly on social media, definitely on Facebook, who they're just your buddies, you know, they're your friends, usually girls, sometimes guys, and they've all got like a photographer who's got a friend that they've all got a friend who's a photographer that needs some additions to their portfolio. So this buddy of yours that is really sort of like an accountant, or this buddy of yours that really is a bartender, or this buddy of yours that really is God knows what, starts uploading pictures to their modeling portfolio. I don't know. I just... It makes it tough sometimes to see friends that suddenly think they're... Funkhouser, help me out a little bit here. Is this snarky, or am I pointing out something that's legitimately ridiculous that the digital age has caused people to do? I'm a model. No, you're not. You have a friend who's a photographer that couldn't get someone who's professionally good looking, so they got you for free. Am I being uncharitable?
I use hashtags, so I'm a model on Instagram. No, I mean, everybody's a model now.
Yeah.
With the right filter.
Yeah, gotcha. I don't know. And am I taking away from their moment in the sun? Am I just being... I'm not sure. You know what it is? I think if you're in the arts or media or something like that, and you work professionally, like your living depends on this, weekend warriors get under your skin. Is that fair to say, Funkhouser?
Yeah, like the radio host who has a real job during the week. And he comes in on Sunday night to rock the house. Yeah, people that do internet radio. I have a radio show. No, you don't. You have an internet connection, a crappy one at best. Like, I have friends who are like, "Oh man, I'm doing a radio show now," but no, you're really not. You're not even doing I don't know. I get testy about this sort of thing, especially on Mondays. That's fair, right? It's just like, you know what it is? It's just so dismissive of something that you've spent the last 10 years working really hard to get good at and get to a place where it could pay your bills. And to have someone come along and be like, I do a radio show too. No, you really don't. And I suppose the only thing that grinds my gears about it is not that they're enthusiastic hobbyists. I suppose the thing that really grinds my gears about it is the fact that in one sentence they managed to dismiss a lifetime of hard work on the part of somebody else, namely you. So I think that's probably why when I see people being like, I'm a model, I have a radio show. No, you don't. You're a barista. You work at Starbucks. In your spare time, you write screenplays that no one will ever read. And you do something that doesn't even count as a podcast. But let's just pull this one over the side of the reality turnpike here. There we go. No better way to start a Monday. No better way to kick off a new week than by snarkily crushing other people's dreams and aspirations. I think my mission is accomplished here today. Speaking of dreams and aspirations. Did you ever dream of being the type of person that had to find someone you hooked up with behind a fast food restaurant? Did you ever dream of having to find someone like that through a Craigslist misconnections post? And to add insult to injury, the person that you're trying to find is somebody that threw up in your vagina? Yeah, that's a thing. That happened. That's romance in the modern digital age, and we'll discuss exactly how that went down in just a little bit. Right now, though, Funkhouser, take us through the events of today in our segment, My Witness News. In no way, shape, or form fair, certainly not balanced. Also, let us know. How are you? How was your weekend? Everything good? Nope.
No?
Nope. Yesterday, I was tending to my garden.
Uh-huh.
As I do, like most 60-year-old women do.
Right.
And did one too many little bends to the ground. Heard a little... Oh, my back.
Really?
Yep. Now, this is the second back spasm I've had this year. But this time it's very low. It's like lower back. So, rough weekend.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Rough weekend.
That sucks. I'd say you should do something less strenuous, but then we'd be talking about something less strenuous than gardening.
Yeah, I don't know how I continuously hurt myself doing things that my grandparents do.
I don't know, but gardening, never having gardened before, I kind of find that, well, I wouldn't know, but that hunched over position that you got to get in to garden, you have to hunch over, right?
Yeah.
Long term, that can't be good, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So.
Well, they make this thing for old ladies' knees, the little foamy thing for old ladies' knees that you use, and that is supposed to help.
Right.
But no, I just overdid it this weekend, and I saw something a new show I want to talk about too. It's called Neighbors with Benefits.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was on. I think it was on A&E last night. It's like a neighborhood of swingers.
Really?
Yep.
Like a swinging community?
Yes, I suggest you watch this with your SO out there and have a good conversation afterwards about the lifestyle.
The life. Yeah, I've never. I don't know. We are talking about romance in the digital age. The lifestyle always seems like something that broken people do to me, and I don't know. Do you ever used to watch that show HBO Real Sex?
Yeah, here and there when my parents went to sleep.
Right, yeah. So, like, it was on in reruns in recent years on HBO, and I think I watched all of them because it's very nostalgic. It's like you see people walking down the street in the 90s, and they, bum rush them with a video camera and ask them stuff about sex, and you get to see all the girls with their high-waisted jeans and jellies, and stuff like that, talking about, what they will and will not do in bed, and it's kind of fun in a nostalgic sort of way. But one thing I noticed was, on Real Sex, everybody that is in the quote-unquote lifestyle, not attractive. It's like old hippies. And they all do this thing called undulating, which maybe there's something to it because every single bunch of old hippies that, engage in communal sex seem to do this thing where they kind of like, I don't know, it's a stretch. Maybe it'd be good for your back after gardening, Funkhouser, but it's kind of like, undulation, and it's kind of like when you're at a sporting event and you do the wave goes around the arena, and you do that. If you do that by yourself, that's what undulating looks like if you're an old hippie about to do it with a bunch of other old hippies, and it always is accompanied by a sort of primal sound which goes something like or something like that, and they're undulators. The people in the lifestyle seem to be old hippie undulators, and I hate hippies, and they're unattractive. So what little I've learned about the lifestyle hasn't been a very successful advertisement to me. Like, not so much.
We had the same conversation, me and a lady last night, and her opinion is completely changed on the subject, and I suggest you and your whoever watch this, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of old hippies. It looks like regular people.
So
kind of blew our mind.
So the people that live in the lifestyle, like, this has completely changed your girlfriend's view of swinging?
We had a lot of questions for Google last night.
Do you think that watching this show is something that's going to change your guys' lifestyle? Like, do you see swinging in your future?
No.
Okay.
No.
So how did it change her stance on the whole thing? Was she before like?
Well, it's just the same idea in her head that's in your head. Like, they're all like, kind of like ugly people, and it's kind of weird. And the way they portray it here is, it's normal. It's very interesting.
Let's forget for a second that let's assume for a moment that they're not all ugly people. Let's assume that they're all, moderately to... They'd be people that, were you single, you'd be totally excited to get naked with. Let's assume for a second that. Do you think if it was good-looking people, your girl would be willing to jump into that incredibly murky pool?
I doubt it.
Walk down that rather rocky road of pleasure?
I don't think this is... this opened a gate. I don't think this new show opened a gate, but I think it's just it allowed for more conversation about the subject. That's what I'm promoting today. Conversation.
Well, yeah, no. I think where it all falls down with me, like, you and I missed it. We missed it.